Welcome to another greenhouse chat. Today we are keeping things positive and we are going to talk about the best money that I have spent in my garden, things I've invested in or purchases that I absolutely don't regret because they've changed my gardening life in a positive way. Hi, you guys. This is Nicole from My Carolina Garden. My garden is located in growing zone 8B and I am in coastal North Carolina. As you can see, we are back indoors in the greenhouse for this greenhouse chat, not sitting outside where the weather is lovely. Because it isn't. Here we go. Still riding that roller coaster of temperatures this winter. Thank you for being here with me today, and please subscribe to my channel if I provide the kind of content that you enjoy. Also, you can follow me on social media because that's where I post things right away and you see things in a more timely fashion than you might hear. So if you have ever wondered where to save money or splurge on certain things for your garden, this video is for you. I want to talk about what kinds of purchases have been good for my garden function or helping me save time or things like that that I just want to pass along because, as I said, they changed my gardening life. The very first thing is drip irrigation. If I could go back in time and tell my younger gardener self how much drip irrigation was going to change my life, I would have made sure that I did it much, much sooner. Drip irrigation was not as expensive as I think I feared it would be or as complicated. It was a DIY project for my husband and myself, and he's a great problem solver and can build things, fairly easily. So I felt confident moving forward in that aspect of it. But we're not like rocket scientists or anything like that. So the process was not so complex that it should have scared us off to begin with. And if I had to guess, I'd say it was in the hundreds of dollars. I have a half-acre property, but so many flower beds on it. And I had to run a lot of tubing through here and there and up into pots and all sorts of things. And still we were running in the hundreds of dollars for our drip irrigation. That is absolutely the best purchase that I've made for my garden. Now, I happen to live in a hot climate, so our spring through fall is really sometimes devastatingly hot or oppressively hot, and drip irrigation has saved me hours of time every time I would have to hand water my yard. This system literally gives me back my time, and I don't have to drag a hose around the yard or go fix the kinks in the hose that are all the way back there when you're all the way over there. You understand the point. So that's the first one. The second thing that I will never regret investing in my garden is fast-growing perennials, because not only do they come back each year, but the ones that I'm talking about specifically get bigger or multiply so quickly and easily that I can then divide them up and move them into other parts of my yard. Some great examples of this would be hardy banana trees. Now, hardy banana trees are handy and tropical style for a lot of different growing zones, which is awesome. But the other thing is their little root system offers up new little shoots. And so I had started out with 2 banana trees. I now have, at least 20, and I've given away probably 8 to other people over time. Every single year, I've gotten multiple new pups from my banana trees every single year. So starting as a person who moved to this property, which was a new construction property, I had 0 landscaping on it. I had 100% a blank slate. Talk about overwhelming in thought. Where do I begin? In thinking about my bank account, how much money do I need to spend in order to create gardens on this blank slate property? Things like hardy banana trees really, really, really saved me. Another plant, keep in mind I'm in growing zone 8B, canna lilies. Canna lilies are perennial for me here. They also do the same thing that banana trees do, and they pop up with new ones, new ones, new ones, new ones. That has been awesome. These plants multiply so quickly and easily. Something else, coneflowers. I have, my favorite coneflower, echinacea, is, I just lost it. It's red, like salsa sombrero red. Oh my goodness, I bought like a fairly small plant and it just gets bigger and bushier every single year. It's doing super well here. I'm thrilled with it. So coneflowers would be another great example of a perennial that you can divide and add to another spot in your yard. Okay, another investment is privacy screens. I ordered these privacy screens from Wayfair online, and they are like a resin composite material, so they are not metal, although they kind of look like it, and they're not wood, even though they kind of look like that. These privacy screens already came with designs cut out of them, and there are multiple choices, and I think a couple, 2 or 3 different colors that you can get them in. The reason why these were an awesome choice to buy was because, well, first of all, you may think right off the bat, oh, they're a little bit expensive. I don't love that aspect of it. But how much time does it save you to be able to put up privacy screens instead of waiting years for a tree to grow and get bigger, or waiting for, I don't know, some vine to really take off and create the kind of privacy that you're looking for to instantaneously change the sight lines of your property. Again, new construction neighborhood. Our builder had decided it would be easier to construct this neighborhood by taking all the trees down, which I know is so devastating. But because of that, when I take a look out at certain angles on my property, I see house, 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 house. I don't love that. I like my neighbors, but I don't love to see that in the kind of yard that I'm creating for myself. So privacy screens were huge. And what we did was we ordered the screens, and then my husband just constructed the framing out of wood for them to be able to put up at a certain height level. I wanted them higher than my fence line in this case. So privacy screens. Garden lighting. That's a great way to transform the look and feel of your garden, but not very expensively. I have used the outdoor string lights, and I also purchased the posts that you can get that stick into the ground and hold your strings of lights up high. This way I can kind of go wherever I wanted and just drape my lights here and there throughout the garden. This is awesome. Talk about giving instant ambiance to your garden, an instant romantic feel. It just changes everything. It kind of softens the space, and it also allows you to enjoy your garden at night and not just during the day. So I absolutely love the way the garden lighting has changed the look of the garden. And as I said, fairly budget friendly as well. Okay, while this one is not the last item on my list, it is the biggest, the most expensive thing that I purchased for my gardening life, and that is my greenhouse. Now, my greenhouse is a very nice size and aesthetically shaped. I love the shape of it. It looks like a little house, pointed roof, and the whole thing. That was exactly the look I was after. And the size of this is really nice as well. 10 feet by 12 feet, can store lots and lots of plants in here, clearly. I've also had little parties in here with my girlfriends and things like that, and it's been super nice, super cozy, and just awesome to be able to hang out with my plants. I know there are more expensive greenhouses on the market. It is possible that they are much better quality than this, because this one, as I said, while it's aesthetically pleasing, it was also budget friendly. And I had no greenhouse experience whatsoever. So I purchased this. It was a Harbor Freight greenhouse. I ordered it online. It got delivered right to me. And then it's 100% a greenhouse kit. And you have to put the whole thing together. So we did that. The caveat is you don't have all of the materials in the kit to make this an effective greenhouse. This greenhouse did not stand up to any sort of wind at all. If wind gusted 20 miles per hour, this greenhouse has a tendency to want to move, or the panels to fly out, or whatever. So I had to spend additional money on top of the cost of the greenhouse in order to kind of upgrade it and make it more sturdy. We built some wood framing in here. It wasn't just buy this kit and you're done. However, with all of that, which are like mini complaints about the greenhouse said, I have a space where I can overwinter plants, and lots of them. Tender plants that wouldn't be perennial for me, just like this beauty right here. I have tropical plants in here. I have begonias like all around me. I have geraniums over here. Things that are iffy if they would come back for me again, and some things just definitely wouldn't. I'm saving money because I'm overwintering plants in here. I am extending my growing season or gardening season because I can do things like start seeds in here. And I have given myself the ultimate winter retreat by having this amazing, cozy, beautiful space to work in, to just hang out in, and be able to be with my plants. So while this greenhouse specifically might not be the best one, I'm not going to tell you to go out and buy it. If you're looking for a greenhouse, do your own research on that. But I will never regret having this space. This is my third year with the greenhouse, and the amount of money that I've saved and the amount of joy that I've gotten out of this awesome space, it has definitely paid for itself. The last thing I wanted to mention is decorative planters or statement pieces. Planters that can be statement pieces or a statement piece of your choice. But what I personally will not regret is buying things like my head planters, for example. Can you see my gorgeous lady right here? I have a few different head planters and I love them. I used to think they were creepy a while back, but all of a sudden I started to just fall in love, and there's like a magical feel to them, a little fantasy, a little whimsy, and I really, really, really enjoy them. I've made different kinds of arrangements inside the head planters. They are a statement piece just being what they are. No regrets on creating a statement piece. Now, very recently, just earlier this week, I went to my local garden center and I saw these huge head planters. When I inquired about the price, though, $400 each. Oh, $400 each was out of my budget. Somebody will want that to create an amazing focal point, but that was just too much for me, and I was not interested enough to spend that kind of money. But these little ones like this that I get so many compliments on, that's one example. And another one is I have this very, very large ceramic planter. I keep it up in the front of my house, right along my front porch area. I have gorgeous diplodenia planted inside of it, and I have snake plants as well. That arrangement simply comes in fully with the pot every winter and then goes back out. I've had it for a few years. It is worth it to spend the money on that kind of planter. I've seen some recently, they're about $150 or $200 each, but that one, because of its beauty, its color, its just relaxing feel, and then the plantings that I have in it, that one was worth the money to me. So $400 each head planter? No. $150 or so? Probably. And again, you're getting great use out of it, and it is a major focal point right beside my front porch, as I said, and it greets every single person that comes up to my front door. So while we talk all the time about saving money in the garden and, budget-friendly gardening and things like that, I believe in it 100%. And doing things like dividing your perennials or propagating whatever you can, etc., I believe that is the best way to expand your landscape and not spend a ton of money doing it. But these particular investments have really changed every single thing about my gardening life here. So I just can't complain, and I felt like that was worthwhile to share with you. If we spend our money wisely on certain things that we just love and really enhance the look of our garden with them, there's nothing better than that. So enjoy the things that you can. So once again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me on this greenhouse chat today. I know this one wasn't quite as deep or as emotional as some of the other topics have been over this winter, but I felt like this one was more upbeat, cheerful. We can spend money, but let's do it in a way that makes us feel awesome. Thank you for the support in the comments, and until next time, you guys, happy planting.